Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island Season 10, Episode 32. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. Jumping straight in, we have Uzi and Katie having a conversation about being a power couple. I don't think our definition of power couple is the same.
Imagine us selfies. 100%.
We'd be sick on it. I feel like you could just get anyone, whoever you wanted. And I didn't think it would be me.
Yeah. You are my type. But then you can say looks, but then personality is like massive.
The bar is in hell. Because why do these two think that being a power couple is strongly based on aesthetics? Like, we look good together. Imagine the selfies. Imagine the Okay, I'll give them grace. They did talk about friendship in a relationship and the importance of communication. Yes. But I'm like, honey, aesthetics are great and all, but honestly, a good face ain't gonna be always a good man. Mitch believes that Scott is no competition for him in the fight for Abby's affection. I don't know, a part of me kind of feels like he is rattled a little bit. He's kind of laying it on a little thicker than what we've seen so far.
We definitely get on well. Like,
really well. I couldn't ask for a better person to come in.
Thank you.
You seem so much more nervous now. I'm like this towards you.
Weird.
You are.
I'm
You're right on the
weird
back foot here,
about
aren't you?
it. Yeah, I'm weird about it.
I'll be honest, got nothing to worry about.
I ain't got nothing to worry about, bro.
I think you have.
Me personally, this is me personally. If a guy's constantly asking me for a kiss, eventually I'm gonna get the ick, because why is this not organic? Like, why? I don't, like, consent. Why is this not organic though? Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. The guys are kind of egging Mitch on to be messy, which is weird because they just pulled him up the day before for being messy. You see the cognitive dissonance? It's not making sense. But essentially, Mitch is like, no, it's not a problem, honestly. And if she chooses to go there, that's fine. But I really don't think there's anything to worry about. My question, which is a question that other people are starting to ask in the villa, is why didn't this happen in Casa? My only thing, okay, let's just talk on it right now. Later on in the episode, they suspect that Scott is a game player, right? And I'm just like, if he really was a game player, why wouldn't he just latch to anybody who was going to want to come into Casa just to keep himself safe from being now vulnerable, you know what I mean? And then if we're really going to talk game player, if Abby has been having these feelings for Scott but didn't act on them because she was focusing on Mitch, I'm looking at her as a game player too, because you knew that was low-hanging fruit. I'm sorry. Mitch is kind of low-hanging fruit when it comes to the villa because he's been vulnerable for a long time. He's been in couplings where the women did not want to be with him. Therefore, anybody who was showing any semblance of real interest in him, he was going to explore that. So who really is the game player here? I don't know. I don't know. This is a weird timing. And if I'm not mistaken, it's been Abby who's been more of the aggressor here. So the fact that it's turning into like Scott's narrative is kind of confusing me. They jump into the recoupling right out the gate. I was shocked, but I was kind of happy about it. We have Zach, who's first, and he picks Molly. He says that she gives him a sense of purpose. And I can't lie, the speech was good. And he doesn't look like he's in bondage anymore. Thank God. Next is Elam. And he says that speaking to Catherine is a dream. But he said that like 3 times. And then he said her lips set her apart. I don't know. They're new. I'll let it slide, you know? Tyreek picks Ella and he says that nothing worth having comes easy and he has matured a lot because of her. Locken picks Whitney and says that he loves the banter they have, but also loves seeing the sensitive side. He's also not bothered about her laughing, mind you. We are free from the shackles of Medi. Thank God. Uzi is next and he lists all of Katie's values, saying that she ticks all his boxes. Sammy had one option and that was Jess. Otherwise the villa would literally be on fire. He also alludes to the fact that he wants to be exclusive with her. Mitch is next and he chooses Abby, which means that Montel chose Leah and Scott was stuck with Amber. You know that means they're likely going to be dumped next. It was a couple's vote. I was watching late. I hope you guys have been doing the whole get the VPN thing and vote even if you're abroad, because we need all the votes possible. Even if your fave doesn't win, at least we know they had a good chance, you know, because everybody had a shot at voting. He's likely going home. partnered up with Amber, he's likely going home. So shortly after the recoupling, what's his name? Sammy and Jess have that exclusive conversation.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Oh, I can't wait for cuddle.
I forgot what it's like to kiss you.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. At this point, if this man even breathes on another woman, light it up. Jessica, light it. Actually, don't light it up. We need to show some maturity. We need to show some self-worth. Leave that man. Leave that. No, I'm not even going to say that anymore because we've said it how many times. And apparently, like y'all were saying in the comments and on Discord, Jess had witnessed an altercation, a discourse of Sammy basically saying, yo, I'm not attracted to you like that. So she knows. She knows. So at this point, Jessica, honestly, I don't know. Lay in this bed that you made, all right? I was kind of salty that they were playing Coco Jones for Sammy and Jess, but then they played it for the other couples too, so I was like, whew, thank God, because that would have been a wasted placement. They played it for Whitney and Lock-In. It was so cute.
What did you hear? What closed off?
Did you not hear that?
No.
Did you not say that?
I see a future with you, which I do.
What, like in here?
No, on the outside. Are you liking what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm liking what you're saying.
You happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Listen, one thing I love about watching Whitney is seeing her just be free. She's always been free to be herself, but in the partnering with Mehdi, you could see that she was walking on eggshells and she constantly had to cater to his ego. So now that she doesn't have to do that and Lock-In just embraces who she is entirely, like, it's so great to see. There was a love montage, honey. Everybody was kissing everybody. All right. Uzi even got a kiss from Katie. I said, oh, no more stiff arms. Okay. We didn't see any of Amber and Scott because there was no love there, obviously. The next morning, Ty and Sammy are pleased with themselves and they decide to make breakfast for their ladies.
Close up breakfast.
I'm back in bed with my shorty.
Come on.
I feel like they struck gold still.
They have. That's unbelievable. Look at that. They're punching.
Trust me.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I know it was a joke. But I'm like, is he entirely joking? Talking about Sammy saying that the girls are punching. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. I don't know. One thing about Sammy, he might tell you a joke, but he'll never tell you a lie unless he's talking to Jessica. Molly and Zach are apparently closed off, and this is a shock to Katie and myself.
We are chilled. We have said it to each other.
You're officially closed off?
Yeah.
What the hell? Didn't know that.
Yeah. Like, the next thing now, I want him to, like, my family to meet him. Like, I want to see what they think. I want him to see what, like, that's the next thing. But Molly doesn't tell us anything. But apparently they're officially closed off. They had a conversation.
Oh, shout out them.
I'm half and half with this information. Oh, there's a ladybug on my window. I'm half and half about this whole them being closed off thing and nobody knowing about it, right? I think that her having been on the outside does give her an advantage, and either she's been downplaying or production has been downplaying her presence in the villa. I don't know for what reason, but I think going on the outside and getting a taste of what the dynamics are does help her situation, right? So the girls feeling like Molly doesn't really talk to them anymore. To me, I feel like a part of that does have to do with her being clued in on what's actually being said about what's going on in the villa this season. But then another part of me is like, I'm okay with it not being this big spectacle, honestly. The scavenger hunt every freaking year. Oh, let's go to all the places where we had all these moments. And then at the end, we're going to be exclusive. Please save it. Save it, especially since we don't even know what closed off means. It means something different to everybody in this villa. It's a new term. We're used to hearing the term exclusive. I don't feel like being closed off needs to be like a big deal. Whitney and Catherine are fantasizing about what life would look like on the outside with their new men.
Oh, girl, I can imagine our outside life. Like,
I know,
brunch
same.
I'm so happy for us. I'm so happy.
We hope that you love these. I was about to say as much as we love you. bit too soon. You girls need anything else?
No, no.
Probably a little massage later.
The last time they had this conversation, obviously Catherine was partnered up with Scott and Whitney was partnered up with Medi. We know how that conversation with Medi went, so at least these men are a lot more excited for life on the outside. Regardless of my skepticism of Elam a little bit, I do like seeing people be fully immersed in their coupling, you know? I like when somebody says like, yo, this person makes me feel A, B, C, and D. I feel like I can be myself, blah, blah, blah. Like, regardless of how you feel about them, if somebody is really feeling like they are being cared for, being doted on, and doesn't feel like they have to walk on eggshells, I love that for them. I really do. Elam doesn't talk much. Has anybody else noticed that? I mean, I know you've noticed because people said it on Discord that he's been pretty quiet since after Casa. I wonder why that is. Like, is he just not a talkative person, or is he trying to mind his steps? Like, I don't know. There is a challenge, and in the challenge, essentially everybody is throwing shade at each other. Some of them were actually really shady. Catherine and Elam are first, and they throw it at Mitch and Abby because he's messy. Sammy and Jess do the same, but they question Abby's intentions. Ty and Ella send it at Uzi and Katie because Katie is playing for second, and Uzi said it's Ella or nothing, allegedly. They return the favor and call out their whole, are you really closed off? Because Ella was moving mad in Casa. Zach and Molly throw shade at Scott and Amber because of his speech. Mitch and Abby do the same, but Abby said it's because Scott didn't pay her any mind in Casa, and now he wants her because he's vulnerable. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like the majority of Scott and Abby's conversations are because Abby wants to have the conversation. Like, so far, she has been the aggressor in this. And she's the one who pulled him yesterday saying like, yo, I find you attractive. I've had this interest, but, you know, let me go talk to Mitch. She went to talk to Mitch and then went straight back to Scott. I'm just like, this looks like you're the one who's okay. Then we have Aaliyah and Montel who throw it at Scott and Amber as well. And honestly, I feel like he should have thrown it at himself, but we move. Amber and Scott send shade to Sammy and Jess for playing Amber. In round 2, it's a blindfolded treasure hunt. I didn't care for that. Moving on. The last round was the top couples getting knocked off by everybody else using beach balls. And Katie, listen, Katie ate. With her little line, Katie ate.
Why is she a child? Like, what? Ty and Ella put that much effort into your relationship.
Katie wants a reaction, and, you know, I think they should just focus on each other.
Okay, I thought y'all were a little do-rag dons. I thought y'all were buddies in the bed, you know? Like, what happened? Where is this energy coming from? So when she's saying put that energy in your relationship, I'm sorry, she ate that. After the challenge, Scott, along with me, is confused where Abby's reasoning is coming from. And then Whitney even throws a shady comment too. And I'm like, are we missing something about Scott? Like, what is going on?
Mitch was happy to give you that umbrella.
Mitch was definitely happy to give me that umbrella.
Yeah, he was like, fuck off now.
Called a game player the whole time I've been in the fucking villa. Now it's coming about again.
Maybe there's some truth to it.
For the most part, when Whitney talks, I agree. So I'm just wondering, why does she think Scott is a game player? Like, is this another situation where she's just backing her girl? Or does she actually think this about Scott? Because it's been a thing now for a few days. It's been persistent. And I'm just like, what? He's damned if he doesn't, damned if he doesn't. Like, what the hell? What is it? I want somebody to just say what the skepticism with Scott is and not just go off of a hunch. Actually give some evidence, because we the people are just confused. I'm genuinely confused. But anyways, the episode ends with Ella talking about how she's not pleased with how Katie made comments about them, and she thought that Katie was her friend.
She just always wants to be involved in drama, so I'm not even going to entertain. It made me realize it's just to keep my distance from Katie, because I thought we were friends.
Yeah. Like, he's so flirty with me. Like, he's always looking at me, and I would never say anything.
Baby girl, I don't know what the hell would possess you to think that Katie was your friend. The fact that this woman was assisting in Ty's games with your heart meant that she wasn't a friend. and her playing it up. Oh, it's just funny banter. You know, we're just flirting. I don't give a damn if it's a joke. It's at my detriment. Like, it's not funny anymore. Somebody is upset over how you are allowing them to be treated. Like, at that point, it's no longer funny, you know? So I don't know why she thought they were friends. Katie also has some energy towards Ty and Ella. I'm not quite sure why, but it looks like production is trying to allude to a beef that's brewing under the surface. So we'll see where that goes. There was a public vote. I watched the episode late, so I wasn't able to vote, but I hope you guys have utilized your voting rights. You don't even have to register, child. Okay. Oh, actually, maybe you do. Okay, you might have to register, but it's not like a lengthy process, okay? I hope you used your voting rights and you voted for whatever the vote was. If I'm going to hypothesize, I think that Scott and Amber are getting dumped if there's a dumping. And I think it's going to be 4 people, so... Ooh, wait now. This is where it gets a little bit complicated because I know the public isn't feeling Catherine right now. The public also doesn't really like Montel too much. Well, some of y'all do, but... who else is kind of in the bottom? I don't know if people are taking to Abby well, but they like Mitch, so I think that would spare them. Tyreek and Ella, people love the toxicity. Zach and Molly, I think we haven't seen enough of them for people to be like agitated, so they might skate by too. Sammy and Jess, they might be in trouble. So yeah, Sammy and Jess might be in trouble. Montel and Leah might be in trouble. Catherine and Elon might be in trouble. And Scott and Amber are definitely going home. Yeah, let me know how you think the vote is going to go. I think that's how it's going to go. But you guys let me know how it's going to go. Obviously, I will be traveling. You can see my apartment is literally empty. Well, can you see? Whatever. So we will see when I'll be able to upload. I will try my best, but just expect me to not be back until next week. Okay? I love you guys, even in my absence. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you when I see you.